Greetings survivors and friends, SHADOWFRAX here once again with a weekly roundup of the Rust dev blog, and first of all news of a fairly significant new experimental item which I'm willing to bet a large number of you will be rather pleased to see. This here is the purple loot crate, which has, as of this update, been added to junk piles across the island in response to the huge numbers of you who've been foaming at the mouth to find complete items in loot once again. I've spawned a load of them in, so let's have a look at what sort of items you'll be finding inside. So we've got a hoodie, a sword, a metal hatchet, a salvaged cleaver in that one, a salvaged ice pick, a pickaxe, bow and arrows, another sword, and another pickaxe. As you can see, they only contain early-ish game items, so please don't expect to be finding things like AKs and C4, but they certainly are a start and will no doubt help many a new player. As to where you can expect to find these boxes of joy brings me nicely onto the second big change this week, which is that now we have far more variety in our junk piles. There are now tyre stacks, cardboard boxes, tool chests, industrial props, old clapped out washing machines, my favourite, and abandoned vehicles, and it's in the latter that you're most likely to find those purple crates. Smaller piles will be more likely to contain food and oil, and ones with machinery are more likely to have tier 2 components. Hopefully this spices things up a bit. Other changes this week are that oil barrels now spawn less frequently but yield more truck variants have been added to dungeons, wooden armour uses rope instead of cloth to craft, and the cost of water buckets has been drastically reduced. So what, you say? I can't remember the last time I used a bucket in Rust apart from inserting my head into one. Well, that's where things could soon change, as Farming 1.5 has now arrived. What does that mean? Well, now as well as growing crops indoors in planters, pouring fresh water onto them and keeping the soil moist can actually double the yield. Don't use salt water though, that's guaranteed to shrivel things faster than a skinny dip in the Arctic Circle. As well as this, giving your plants extra photons with ceiling lights, which incidentally as of this patch are a lot brighter, will double the growth speed. Farming is still a work in progress and will become a deeper system in time, with the possibility for cloning and selective breeding further down the line. But that's another story for another time. Some fixes made this week were that now flies around corpses are no longer glow in the dark, ragdolls should be a lot smoother and less prone to spazzing out. Shame, that was quite fun to watch. An issue that was seriously affecting player jumping should now be fixed, and Unity's been updated to version 5.4.4 F1, which fixes crashing when alt-tabbing out of Rust whilst playing in exclusive full-screen mode. In keeping with the latest push to increase Rust's performance, something which is high on the agenda for pretty much everyone and their cat at the moment, the team are forging ahead with a skip load of optimizations. You can read all the fascinating details on the dev blog as per, but to summarise, headway is being made in the areas of remote procedure calls, rigid bodies, prefab pooling for effects, culling, world models, sounds, and probably most excitingly, world serialization. Why do I say that? Well, world serialization impacts the time it takes for Rust to load, and initial tests show that we could soon expect to see loading times reduced to only a couple of seconds. It's probably not going to go into testing for another week or so, but the most exciting thing about it is that as a knock-on effect, it will hopefully be used as an opportunity to give modders control over world generation, which of course means, just maybe, one day, we'll have custom maps. There were a couple of changes to the Rust item store this week. There are now 2 new categories for skins, new and leaving soon. The way it works now is that when an item hits the store, its price is automatically set the cheapest, then increases incrementally each week until at week 7 it goes to leaving soon, after which it's removed from the store. This change is not carved in pixels though, and will be monitored over the next few months to see how it pans out. The view model animations and sound effects for the new Magnum are all finished up, and here's how it's sounding. I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I kind of lost track myself. Actually, let's watch that again. Oh, 7 shots out of a 6-shooter. Well, that is a lot of bang for your buck. Finally, some of the last sounds you'll ever want to hear in Rust, and my apologies if your dogs are going crazy and trying to kill the furniture right now, but these are some of the new effects for the wolf that are being worked on. Very nice. Leave me a like and a comment if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel for weekly updates and other stuff. Come and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook and Steam, and I shall catch you all soon. But in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio.